Yeah, Bobby, we're gonna go out and kill the vampires. Just waiting for Sam to get here. Do you know where Sam is? Sam? Sammy? Friday the 13th, The Killer Cut, released in 2009 and is directed by Marcus Nispel, who has also directed such films like The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Frankenstein, Pathfinder, and Conan the Barbarian. In other words, how is this guy still making movies? And this film is starring Jared Padalecki, Danielle Panabaker, Aaron Yu, Amanda Ragetti, and Travis Van Winkle. Jared Padalecki is driving around searching for his sister, who has gone missing for a month after she went camping with a bunch of her friends near this camp called Crystal Lake. And Crystal Lake is famous because this little boy named Jason drowned in the middle of the lake while all the camp counselors were making out and having sex. But Jason did come back and sadly watched his mother get beheaded by one of the camp counselors because his mother was roaming around killing all of them. Oh, and there's this band of college students who go out to their dad's cabin for the weekend, so you know they're all gonna die. Yep. Every single one of them. I have seen the original Friday the 13th movie that was starring Kevin Bacon, which still shocks me. And while I do respect its importance to the horror genre and the slasher genre, along with Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger, I thought Friday the 13th was the worst out of all of them. It's boring, the characters are stupid, and it turned out that Jason wasn't even the killer. It was his mother. Spoiler on a film and horror franchise that's 30 years old. Sorry, get used to it. But I haven't watched any of the other Friday the 13th films other than Freddy vs. Jason. I mean, Freddy vs. Jason, that's just great old slasher fun. But all the other ones, Jason in Hell and in Space and in Manhattan, I haven't cared at all. But this one I thought was supposed to reboot the whole thing and give us a whole new Jason franchise. But in the beginning with our prologue, it seems like it's paying tribute to the original. So it felt like this is not a reboot of the original, but more of a remake of the sequel. I mean, I haven't seen the part 2, the original part 2, but is this more of a remake of that one? I don't know, nor do I care. Basically, starting off here, I've never wanted characters to die more in a film. That's the first obstacle that you need to get from me when watching a horror film. I know that people are gonna die, especially if it's a slasher fic. People are going to die. They're supposed to die. The trick is to get me to care about these people so that when they do die, I feel bad for everyone. Here, though, the second that they're on screen, and the more that they're on screen, I just want Jason to cut their frickin' heads off. All of these people are just shit people. Really, the film's message here is that all men are disgusting perverts, and all women are sluts. Every single one of them. The guys are always talking about how they want to take the girls behind back and show them a new position. Hey, you want to go hiking? Well, I can give you some exercise. And the girls are all like, yeah, man meat, yeah. Even Danielle Panabaker, who is supposed to be portraying like our final girl, who's kind of the cutest and nicest one of the whole bunch, even she has moments like that, and it's like, no, I don't care. You can die too. Go ahead. It does not take long for Jason to start making killings in this film, though. Well, give it that. Makes way more killings than in the original, which, again, I need to remind myself that he didn't kill anyone in the original, so of course he does more in this film. But in the first 10 minutes, it's like our second prelude to our main story. Them people go camping, they gonna die. Don't go down that road, you'll never come back again. It's this group of teenagers who are going out camping and told to go to a certain location because that's where someone is growing a whole bush full of pot. Which, gosh, you know, that dates this movie. Now you can go down the street to your local dispensary. You don't have to travel in secret to find hidden marijuana plants. Oh gosh, if only these kids were born 10 years later, they wouldn't have died in this movie. So what's the big selling point here? What's the big thing about this movie that is gonna bring people into the theater, or at least try to bring people into the theater during this run? I mean, there's a lot more naked bodies in this movie, so that's good. at least. Seriously, awkward sex scenes that go on and on and on, to the point where they're the only things that you remember from this movie. Hell, even asking my wife what she remembered from this movie the first time that we watched it, and she goes, yeah, those awkward sex scenes. I do think it's funny that today is Friday the 13th, August Friday the 13th, and we got married 11 years ago today on Friday the 13th here in August, so it's a great little coincidence. I guess really the idea here was to introduce a new interpretation of Jason Voorhees. Whereas the original, from what I remember, at least watching Freddy vs. Jason, is that he was very slow and stoic and very powerful in his lack of movement. But here, the interpretation of Jason is just a normal person and is moving his head very quickly, and he's running after people, and he's slashing people very quickly. And apparently, he has the power of teleportation. He can grab someone, abduct them, go all the way back to Crystal Lake and back to his hidden underground lair, drop them off, chain them up, and then like a minute later be right back to this cabin that is all the way on the other side of the lake and standing on top of the roof, just waiting to strike a pose. If Yelena from Black Widow was here, she would say something like, "Oh god, such a poser." Seriously, he has the power of teleportation, or there are multiple Jason Voorhees. I mean, maybe it would have been revealed that there were multiple Jason Voorhees in a sequel to this damn thing that we never got, thank God. I think in the flexible and aggressive movements, the power and the intimidation of Jason is lost. It was scarier when Jason was stoic and was like a statue and just towering over people and not moving at all. I think that's way creepier. Whereas here, it's just some guy kind of fidgeting around and running around, kind of looking frantic. Bad interpretation on your part. Yeah, it's coming from me, a YouTube reviewer. Bad. Bad choice. Other than that, though, we have our stereotypical slasher victims. Just dumb people. Hey guy, I'm sorry I broke your chair. Yeah, if I had tools, I can go fix it. Hey, I'll go out to the tool shed and I'll go fix your chair, man. And while I'm out there, I'm just gonna waste a whole bunch of time giving the killer who's roaming around the forest plenty of time to come down to the tool shed and kill me in a very slow and painful way. And then another guy is like, hey, this guy hasn't come back from the tool shed yet. I'll go out alone to go check on him and see if he is okay. All dumb people. And the jump scares here are nothing to be inspired by. It's always just a fake out jump scare and then the actual jump scare. Every single scene, there is no nuances, there's nothing new formulaically here. Everything is already done, has been done many times before, and it's overdone here in this film. Someone is slowly going up to the shower curtain and scared and trembling, and they pull the shower curtain aside just a little bit. Oh, no one's there. And then they pull back their shower curtain even more, and Jason's standing right behind her, and you get the extra shrieking music and the actual kill. It's every single kill and scene in this movie. Nothing special. And Jared Padalecki is here because I guess he wanted a break from set of Supernatural, even though he's basically Sam Winchester in this movie, just without the Glock or the yellow-eyed demon. And Jensen Ackles yelling, "Sam!" Don't watch this movie. Just don't. It's the killer cut, so I guess there's more Jason than what the theatrical cut had. I don't care. It's a waste of your damn time. It's a waste of my time. Today's my anniversary, so I'm gonna go not do this anymore and be with my wife. I'm gonna give Friday the 13th, the killer cut, one big giant Patrick Stewart. No! No! Alright guys, now comes my favorite part of my videos where I randomly select which movie I'm gonna be watching next, so let's take a look. Anything better than this one? The Myth of the American Sleepover. I've never watched this one before. I remember picking this one up at like a disc traders or one of those resale shops, but I thought the cover looked interesting. It just seemed like a movie that was kind of out there. It looked like a coming-of-age movie, I'm guessing. I don't know, I've never checked it out, but we'll check it out next time. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, you can make a PayPal donation on the main page of my YouTube channel. Any size donation will do, just attach your movie recommendation with your donation, and if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, give you a shout out on the channel, and get my review of it published as quickly as I possibly can. So guys, have you seen Friday the 13th, the remake, reboot, killer cut, whatever it is, whatever you thought, comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button, and make sure you hit that bell so you know the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of The Myth of the American Sleepover. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.